Hello, my fellow adventurers! This is Mloentje, and welcome back to New World. Today we are gonna go over the PvP track 101, well actually 102 to 105. Because I clicked away 101, sadly enough. Yeah, I was busy on my second screen and a lot of stuff happened and I got a phone call and then everything happened at the same time and I was like, yeah, go away, go away, go away, and yeah, I just accepted it. Now, for what was actually in there was only one named item in there, and that was actually the March. Now, if we look at the Marches, this one. So, it's a Constitution, Shock and Heals with Refreshing, Evasion, and Resilient. It's a returning named item. I think it was in there like 3 times already, or 4 times maybe. And then we also got Umbral Shards in there. Now, if we check out the actual, if we check out the track, at 100, we did get the notification that we were getting more Umbral Shards. Previously, we were getting 1200 Umbral Shards for 9,000 Azoth Salt. So that was basically 3,000 Azoth Salt for 400. Which was, well, it's always been a debate on how expensive it was versus the gypsum. Now with the new track and the new increase, we are actually getting 1,500, so 1,500 Umbral Shards for 10,000 Azoth Salt. So there is a slight increase in the amount of, well, shards that we're getting. And if we follow the track, I'm not really sure. I think there is an increase at 150 as well and at 200 as well. Eventually, and I think this, if you follow the numbers, eventually we're gonna be able to get like 2,100 Umbral Shards, or maybe 2,000 Umbral Shards for like 20,000 Azoth Salt, which is actually not too bad, right? Yeah, sadly enough, I cannot show you track 101, so we'll instantly go to track 102. For track 102, we've got a small Astra Potion pack at tier 1 in checkpoint 1. We got a medium Super Potion pack tier 5, and we got the Crusading Purpose, Constitution, Refreshing Ward, and Resilient. And in a second, I'll show you what the third perk is, as this is returning epic named Glove. Checkpoint 2, we got medium pile of faction tokens, pretty interesting if you want to buy your daily gypsums, of course, from your faction vendor. We got Umbral Shards, really interesting as they increased once we actually went up the tier to, what is it, Platinum? Or, well, what level am I at now? Platinum? Yeah, Platinum, so more, another emote. Haven't come across that one yet. And more Umbral Shards. So definitely gonna pick up those Umbral Shards. And we got the Exhilarating Conscript Greatsword of the Ranger. Keen and Vicious, never can go wrong. And it's flat stat Dexterity, so if you wanna go for like, let's say, for instance, PvE build where you kind of want to go like full on dexterity for invasions or something like that, it's definitely a really good one to pick up. But yeah, no third stat, guys. And well, 1 year into the game, that is what most people look for, right? The named or the legendary items to get 3 stats and at least 1 weapon stat and on your weapon as well. So Umbral Shards for this one. On this one, I'm gonna go for the medium pack. And then checkpoint 3, we got a Champion Buckler of the Soldier, strength with Keen, Sturdy, and Keenly Empowered. Not really bad. Critical strike chance, less stamina damage while blocking, and Keenly Empowered. Gain empowerment for 5 seconds is always pretty good. So they kind of work in tandem, Keen and Keenly Empowered. And then Sturdy, yeah, never can go wrong. And it's a flat stat, strength as well. And it's a round shield, so it works. That's something I actually recently learned. The round shields actually weigh less than the like the blocked shields, or the square shields, I guess you could say. So this one actually works for a complete light loadout, because you need to go like all light gear, I think, completely light gear, to actually be able to equip a sword and shield and still be in a light loadout, so you can do the dodge rolls. We got a prestigious Shattered Crown of the Sage, focus with Refreshing and Resilient. If you don't have an heavy, well, you wouldn't go heavy as a healer in Wars or as in OPR. Because as heavy, you basically, well, you get a healing reduction, and who wants to have a reduction? Like, I think in total you can get like 45% increased healing from your skills, but it's a 30% downcrease, so you only get like a 15% increase in your healing done. So you're kind of limiting the healing that you can actually do with going into heavy. So it's still a good piece for PvP though. Refreshing and Resilient are definitely two perks that you kind of want, especially Resilient, of course. I would personally go for Freedom and Resilient and leave out the Refreshing. But again, no 3 stats, no named item. And a Gypsum Orb is 12,000 for a Gypsum Orb. So having a Gypsum Orb that costs more than the Umbral Shards, but actually gives less, it just doesn't make sense. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go for my Gypsum Orbs because, well, I want my Umbral Shards even if they give only 400. There we go, PvP track completed. Let's go in our inventory and check out the actual... where do we need to go? Valor Hold? No, we need to go to Last Stand. Well, we need to go to Valor Hold as well. Actually, deposit these two in here. And then Last Stand, Crusading Purpose. Here they are. So it's Refreshing Ward, Shuriken Heals, and Resilient. So actually not too bad, but Refreshing Ward is definitely good for a tank build. Shuriken Heals is PvP only. Resilient is PvP only, so you would not be able to use this in PvP. Well, you could use it in PvE, but 2 out of the 3 perks wouldn't work in PvE. So for PvP, I guess this could be a good piece. Anyway, guys, that's it for track 102. I'm gonna go farm for 103. For track 103, we've got in checkpoint 1 medium bundle of faction tokens, 3,400. Medium Judah potion pack tier 4. And a small Cartogo potion pack tier 5. I'm gonna go for the medium bundle of faction tokens, because I kind of need some to buy my daily gypsum. We got a small pile of faction tokens, 4,500 again. The Champion's Earring. Now, I do believe it's a named item, but if we... I think it was already in this track, but if we change it, it's not gonna turn into a named item. I'm not really sure, but... well, we're gonna test it anyway. And we got a large pile of coins, 1,375. So let's buy these earrings. We got the Ralliant Champion's Rapier over the Ranger Dexterity with Plague Strike. Heavy attacks against targets inflict disease, reducing healing effectiveness on the target. And Vicious. It's actually not too bad of a combination for the Rapier. And the Solemnizer's Headdress of the... Sentry, we skipped one, I know. Critical Retribution and Resilient, both pretty good PvP perks. And then we've got Prestige Shattered Crown of the Sentry with Vigor and Resilient. Also a good combination. And it's Constitution, so you can use them for any... well, can you use them? Well, only for medium and heavy builds, right? I don't think you can use a heavy piece on a light loadout. No, you can't. So... basically, medium you can work into anything. Heavy you can only work into medium and into a heavy build. And there we go. Those are the actual rewards for 103. I'm not gonna pick up any of the last ones. They're too expensive for me. And basically, my Azoth is really... I think I'm gonna need to hit my Vials soon. And, well, basically, they're not something I actually need. So let's complete the track. There we go. 103 completed. And let's check out these earrings. Let's see if I'm wrong. But I think they do change. Okay. So regeneration, refreshing toast, and refreshing with constitution. They're actually really good. How the hell did I not get these yet? Is the earring piece I'm using? No, focus. Constitution. And then let's go to Constitution, so Last Stand. No, I don't have these yet. I got Teardrop. No, that's Refreshing Ward. Actually, Refreshing Ward is actually a little bit better than the Refreshing if you go for a tank build. Because you're gonna get hit a lot, so the reduction in cooldown is way better than just getting the plain refreshing on all your skills. So Teardrop for tanks is better. For overall just any build that you want to make, I guess Champion's Earrings is kind of better. I don't get that I don't have them yet. Duplicate toast, purifying toast. Nimble despite purifying toast. Yeah, it's kind of strange. I thought I already had them. Yeah, first, I think this is the first named item for these tracks, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Another one that I can put in my vault and maybe somewhere someday actually implement it in one of my builds that I want to create. Who knows? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna start farming for track 104. Track 104 complete. Let's check it out what we get. Checkpoint 1, small Judah potion pack tier 4. We get a large bundle of coins, 1006. I would call this a small bundle actually, or a medium bundle, not a large one. Large ones usually go for 1200, 1400, something like that. We got Shattered Heavy Gauntlets of the Soldier, strength with refreshing evasion and empowering shooter stance. So we got a musket ability on a strength. Musket is dexterity, not strength. So kind of garbage. Vial of Azoth, always useful. 1000 Azoth for 500 Azoth if you are kind of low, like I was. Well, a little while ago. I just used like 20 or 30 vials, and I'm back to 45, right? We got a small pile of faction tokens. So yeah, large bundle is 1006. Small pile is 1062. So yeah, kind of doesn't make sense, and it's almost the same cost. So for 2.5 gold more, I think 6.25, and then 62 points. Yeah, for 50 more golds, we pay 200 more Azoth, 275 more Azoth, guys. Pretty funny, but yeah, I'm gonna go for the large bundle here and small ball here. Let's quickly got a medium Judah potion pack tier 4 here, as well as the last part. Like I said, I'm gonna go for the pile of coins. We got a Baleful Protector. I think this is the first time I've actually seen this one. This is an epic named chest. It's a heavy chestware with refreshing ward and resilient. So we're gonna need to check out. Well, I'm gonna check out my vault first, see if I actually have it already before I'm gonna pick this one up. We've got a Void Gauntlet, Exhilarated Champions Void Gauntlet with Intelligence Vicious, and then Chain Fire. Not too bad of a starting Void Gauntlet, but no third perk. And the Idolator's Shirt of the Soldier. Strength light chestware with energizing counter. When calamity counter is activated, immediately gain stamina. I think that is a sword and shield ability. So that would actually match. And then refreshing, like 2.8% reduced max cooldowns is actually really, really good. So I do believe this one, because if you want to run a light loadout with sword and shield, with a round shield, because you cannot get the heavy shield because that weighs too much, and then you go into medium builds. But if you want to run a light build, you basically need all light gear. And because this is a light chestware, this would actually work pretty well. So it's actually a pretty good piece to pick up if you want to build out a starter sword and shield light build. But yeah, the interesting one that we see here is Baleful Protector. So if we go to map and then last stand, Valor Hold. No, last stand. That's this one. So Baleful Protector. Do we have that one? Silver's Petticoat, Rusher's Plate Gear. Any other chest? Rusher's Cloth Gear. Dragata. That's one we've seen a couple times. Yeah, it doesn't look like we already have this one. So there's definitely one I'm gonna pick up then. And then actually gonna need to check out what it gives. But I'm right now actually farming for my daily gypsum. So if you guys give me a second, I'll be right back once I pick up some Azoth. I'm not real sure. Upgrades. Don't think 150. Yeah, it's gonna be enough. So maybe after the next OPR, I can actually upgrade it completely to 600. And then we can see what the third perk is gonna be. Right, OPR done. Just enough to actually get it to 600. Let's see what we... 40 Umbral Shards. Yeah, sure. Let's upgrade it. So, refreshing ward, shuriken heals, and resilience. So it might work for a tank build for PvP, sword and shield build for PvP, because of refreshing ward. Because that's the only time you actually want to use refreshing ward. And it has elemental damage absorption. You might want to... Well, I'm not really sure. You might want to swap that out for a little bit of more physical absorption. So you can actually take some slash damage. Some slash and strike, and what types of damage are there? Slash, strike, and thrust damage. You might go... I'm going more for strike as a healer. More for the physical damage than the elemental damages. But yeah, not too bad of a piece of gear, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go into my next OPR once I got my next obsidian gypsum from this dude. And start farming for the last track of this episode, track 105. For the final track of this episode, track 105, we do see a returning named item. But before we go there, let's go over the checkpoints. Checkpoint 1, we got a focus, shattered heavy gauntlets of the sage. Accelerated traps and resilience. So yeah, we got another dexterity musket build perk in here on a focus glove, so pretty useless. We got Umbral Shards, 1,500, always pretty interesting, of course, for 10,000. It's not that expensive. Small brown potion pack tier 4, so of course I'm gonna go for the Umbral Shards. We got Enchanting Tights. I think this one has been in here for like 4 or 5 times already. So Constitution with Refreshing and Resilient, and I'll show you in a second what the third perk will be. We got a large Ruby Potion Pack tier 5 and small pile of coins, so I'm gonna go for the pile of coins on this one. We got the Rallying Conscript, Great Axe of the Soldier Strength with Vicious and Refreshing move. Good starter, Great Axe, but it's missing a weapon perk, right? So yeah, not something I would pick personally. And a large heap of faction tokens, 9,500. Pretty interesting, actually, because I am kind of low to buy my daily gypsums from my faction vendor. And then the Brass Champion's Life Staff of the Sage, Blessed and Life Stealing. Blessed is the perk you always need on a life staff if you go healing. Recently there's been some jokes about going DPS life staff, with not with blessed, but then with other perks on it. And then life stealing, yeah, not a healing perk, guys. You don't really do a lot of damage as a life staff user, so getting only 5% of your damage back as health while you can just heal yourself is definitely never a perk you want on there. So I'm gonna go for the large heap of faction tokens. There we go, track 105 completed. Let's go check out the Enchanted Tights. And this was light pants. Constitution, I do believe, so let's check. I don't have them on me, right? This might be possible that I'm actually using them. And if they're not on me, it might be possible that they're in another chest. Let's see, Windsword, maybe? Seriously, I was almost... Oh, here we go. So, Shuriken heals, refreshing, and resilient constitution, light legwear. So, I basically got them for my sword and shield build. So, we go all light, as I mentioned before, all light. And only... no, light footwear as well. All light, and that way you can get round shields, because the round shield weighs less than the bigger shields. And that way you can go sword and shield and a third weapon, and then actually get all of your gear equipped. So it's actually not too bad of a pair of pants, guys. Shuriken heals definitely good. I think let's quickly check which one was it. The Shuriken, where the hell is it? Seriously, don't have it anywhere on here. From what I could... Seriously? You can be... Shuriken Fortification, I do think... I'm not really sure about that, but I heard something that that Shuriken Fortification is gonna get a downgrade. So the absorption by 3.9% is gonna be lowered, but I'm not really sure about how much. But it is possible that, yeah, Shuriken Fortification might get a downgrade, guys. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this, this PvP track 100 and 1 to 105. I'm gonna sit my ass down like I always do and end this episode up here. If you want to see more of my quest progression on my Let's Play or my PvP track here in New World or any other game I might play on my channel, just hit that subscribe button. It would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.